Shalom. So today we're going to talk about a person who is genuine. What I mean by that is not it's not talking about the opposite of when a person is being fake. When I say genuine means that a person is established in his identity to the point where nothing that happens, no matter what experience they go through, it does not change their outlook on themselves. It does not change their good qualities, their virtues, right? They do not start to adapt to situations based on their experiences or as a byproduct of their past experiences. So we're going to start with the book of Psalms chapter 1. What we need is verse 3, but we're going to start from verse 1. Psalms chapter 1 verse 1. It says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." So it is actually a blessing, right? When you are not into certain things, that is actually a blessing for you. Blessing in terms of you will come across people that are there to take you down, right? And it just doesn't work out for them. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. Now, the law of the Most High is not just thou shalt do this or thou shalt not do this. It comes with a knowledge of your true self, the fruits of the Spirit, right? When you're established in that, what you are as a being, it's hard for the outside world to affect you in any way. It says, "And in his law doth he meditate day and night." So the more you meditate on this knowledge is the more you manifest that light inside of you. It shines throughout all your experiences, right? We saw that with the Messiah. The scripture talks about it. Like a light that shines on a hill, right? Or a city cannot be hid. Now, verse 3. "And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers." Now, a tree that is by the river, meaning what? It constantly is being fed by the water it needs. So it's getting all the water, all the sunshine, right? All that richness of the dirt, the source is fully connected to a source, right? It's not easy to fall. It's on proper ground. Now, it's the same with a person who is established in himself, right? And this is what makes us genuine. You understand different parts of your personality. You understand the qualities of your own existence. And you're able to live in those qualities and is not changed or affected or altered by your experiences with whether other people, at work, family, relationships, whatever the situation is, the condition of your living and so forth, right? No, there's a group of people, matter of fact, there are many groups of people who will come around to take all that away from you. Now, the narcissists, what they cannot take is when a person is genuine in their identity, is real, and that makes them even more aggravated. They go beyond the state of anger and into a state of rage because they're accustomed to people sucking up to them, feeding them all the supply they need, in agreement with all their wrongdoings, not pointing out that, hey, don't do that, or this was wrong, or you were wrong there. They like to have people where they can just keep telling their stories and those people believe in their stories. They like that sense of control, and when a person is genuine, you cannot be controlled by a narcissist, by their behaviors. And also, their behaviors do not affect you because you don't take it personally. You understand that something is wrong with them. You don't take it personal. And you don't have to criticize them. You don't have to judge them. You just let them be. And that is what they cannot take. Because for them, everyone should be under their spell. Everyone should be a pawn in their game. But it is not so for people who are genuine. Because you will let them know when they are wrong. And when they can't have that control over you, that even makes them more insecure. It bruises the ego. Right? In my experience, when I was with a covert, right, she would talk, and the more she talks, is the more she was trying to get a reply out of me. And I was just sitting across the table, listening to every word, not interrupting. And everything was changing. The more she was talking, is the more rage she was getting into. Just because I was not reacting to what she was saying. They cannot take that. They cannot take your silence because they feed on misery. In order for their ego to feel alive, it has to be stirring up something. It has to be in an argument. It has to be fighting. That, what a lot of people don't understand, is that fighting is also, or argument is also a form of supply to the narcissist. They will intentionally do things to start a fight. And the moment you start reacting to that, that is what the ego wants. This is why what peace means for you is not what it means to them. And what peace means to them is not what it means to you. It's like living in two different worlds. Peace for the narcissist means to always be arguing with you. That is not peace for you. You want quietness. Their egos cannot handle quietness. This is why they get bored when they're alone. They have to be always engaged in activity. They have to always want to be pressured. They have to always want to be getting some form of attention. They cannot have a functional relationship. Now, here is where it gets tricky. Is when the covert started the smearing. Right? So, even with the experience, I knew what the outcome was going to be. She did not know, because for the narcissist, she can only think in the moment. She cannot think about what the consequences to her actions will be. As the thoughts arise, she expresses. As the thoughts arise, she expresses. She has no discernment, no ability to control. Especially when she's in that state of rage or anger. Everything inside has to come out. Right? Now, the thing now with being aware of these things is that you can be aware, but you will still have to go through the experience of what you feel. Now, here's where it gets tough with the smearing. When they attack your support systems, right? Your friends, families, whoever you have as your support people. When they get into their minds and bewitch them, these are people you've known for a long time, and you know also their judgments, right? But when they're under the spell of a narcissist, their discernment gets altered. Now they will sit down and listen to every word that the narcissist say about you. And even if they know you, to know that, no, this does not sound like my friend, or this does not sound like my cousin or brother, whatever the relationship is, they cannot do that because they're under the narcissist spell. They are pawns in the narcissist game. Now, here's what they do not know. What the narcissist is trying to do with me, they will share the same fate in the end, because the narcissist is not somebody to be trusted. You cannot have a sincere friendship with a covert. Now, this is what I mean. The narcissist was trying to destroy me, but it was not working, so she started the smearing, right? Now, when they teamed up to work against me, guess what happened? It failed. But what they did not understand was, when they can no longer serve the interest of the narcissist, they now will become the target of the narcissist. And guess what? The same game she played on them to come to me, to get to me, was the same game she tried to play with me and them. Now she started to tell me things about the same person. It was a big joke for me, because I know who she was. I know about her behaviors. I know about narcissistic behaviors, their traits. It did not work. You see, that is the thing. When you don't take their things personal, it has less effect on you. And when you're not seeking that revenge, because if I was seeking that revenge, I would esteem what she was trying to tell me about them. I did not regard it. She had to stop. You know, the scripture says, resist the devil and it will flee. Yes, you resist the narcissist and trust that it will flee. Now, like I said, again, with the smearing, you cannot stop yourself from experiencing the actual experience. Right? You are still going to feel like I had to go through the feeling part of it. The feeling of being betrayed, not by the narcissist, but by the people who you've been around for ever so long. But there is something to give thanks for. There is a blessing, as it says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the narcissist. Because you know what? Had it not been for the narcissist, I would not have known the hidden parts of my support system. And this is why people don't understand why desires were set before us. It says, I place two things before thee. And that's what the Most High used to prove our hearts. Because we can tell ourselves that, no, I don't do this, I don't do that. Just like Peter. He said, no, I wouldn't deny you. I would not betray you. One thing is what you think about yourself, and the other thing is the truth of what you really are. And you see that in the face of either fear or desire. Fear and desire, they show us the hidden parts of ourselves. The choices you make in certain situations, right? It is revealing to you what level you are at. So what the narcissist was trying to do was, her end game was to separate me from my support system, but it did not work. Because of what? Because I was too established into, one, my purpose, two, what I am, my identity, right? So with all these experiences, I've never changed the course of where I was going. She couldn't understand how we could have such a night the night before, but in the morning early, I'm still getting up to carry on my program. She couldn't understand that because her goal was to destroy everything. And that's what they want. Once they get you into isolation, once they get you sucked into all these feelings and moods and different personalities, not feeling like yourself, not remembering who you are. Once they get you to that point, that's when they destroy, that's when they tear, they strip everything of you. But it was not so for me. I was still doing my teaching, still doing my counseling, still doing everything, still going to the farm, still doing whatever I had to do. It never interrupted my program, and that's what they cannot take. Because they are agents of Satan himself. These people have no connection with the Most High. If you want to see them getting enraged, take out this book before them and have a conversation. You will see how they really feel about the Most High. But guess what? Scripture says that Satan himself can transform into an angel of light. So when it's convenient to the narcissist, guess what? They're going to use the very thing that they know you are into to get back to you. So even though they have no interest in learning anything about the Bible, because it would do what? Require of them changes. Change is not in the vocab of a narcissist. Because in their minds, nothing they're doing is wrong. You are wrong for not, conforming to the rules of their game. Right? So what they will do is that they know that you're into the Bible, they're going to come around as if they are interested in learning the Bible. Right? If they know that you're into therapy or things like that, guess what? They will use that to come back around. Whatever it is, if they know that you like going to the gym, guess what? They're going to come back to you and say, hey, I'm starting an exercise program. I went there three times last week and, stuff. No. They're just trying to find their way to come back in. Don't give in to their stories.